Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, the link to my website is down below in the description box. Alrighty, y'all, we're gonna get into this message. Gonna switch things up a little bit today. I'm gonna begin with this deck. This is actually the Pride Tarot, and I'm gonna use it just to get an overall energy. The thing that I love about it is that all of the cards were donated by different tarot artists and different tarot creators. So it's literally just an eclectic deck that's made of, I think, 70 different decks. So I've never really used this deck before in a reading. I've had it for years, but I don't know, I felt like switching it up today. Universe. What is going on in the energy? And what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? Please give us an overall energy. We have the Devil and the Page of Swords, with Justice and the Ace of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Alright, so somebody here has been doing some dirt digging with the Page of Swords. That's somebody here who's highly inquisitive. Definitely looking into something, following the facts, connecting the dots, possibly in regards to some kind of contract here. Sorry, I'm just lowering the volume. Possibly regards into some kind of contract that's been very, devilish. It's been very toxic. It's giving me the energy of, you know, something here that was presented to look really good. That's what the devil does, right? He makes all of these promises. He makes things look better than what they actually are, right? Something here about the fine print. Somebody did not want somebody to see the fine print of something. Or they didn't want to look... Or it could have even been some kind of energy here of being rushed into something. Right, because the devil likes to illustrate these beautiful pictures, these beautiful scenes, in hopes that somebody would fall for what they see surface level instead of what something is actually all about, wanting to not focus on the nitty-gritty, not focusing on the specifics. Either way, with that Justice in this Ace of Wands as well, we do have a rebalancing of the scales. This Page of Swords is armed with some kind of truth, some kind of information that is going to be slashing those chains that have been binding someone or someones to a situation here, keeping them confined and trapped, feeling like there's no other option, feeling like there's no way out. There is going to be a way out. There is going to be some kind of resolution. The Ace of Wands is a passionate new start. One where somebody is finally feeling free, no longer feeling trapped. No longer feeling afraid. Because that's one of the devil's tactics, is to use fear. So somebody here is not going to be able to maintain something much longer. Universe. Tell us more. Strong Capricorn, Libra energy here so far. Universe, tell us more, please. We have impatience. Somebody has definitely been impatient. Could be whoever was trying to force someone into a corner is what this really feels like. Trying to force somebody into a corner, trying to force them to rush. You know, we have the divine here in this impatience card. It's like somebody here wanted someone to ignore their intuition. There is a lot of gossip here. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of talking. Yeah. There's definitely been a lot of confusion here in the air. That's why the Page of Swords has been here collecting some kind of evidence, connecting the dots, weaving through the lies, you know, trying to get through the confusion here to get to the truth of something. Somebody's been trying to force something, and we have a miracle. I just heard the song from Cascada, I Need a Miracle. There's some kind of miracle here. Somebody here is definitely trying to talk somebody out of the fruits of their labor, right? Because you can see here, you can see this dragon here. He already has an acorn, but he's trying to trick the little squirrel out of his basket of nuts, the one that he's collected for himself for hibernation. So there's definitely been an individual here. Maybe part of this binding energy is somebody here acting like they don't have anything, acting like they need help and assistance. Oh, I need help. I need you to do this for me, or I need you to hurry up because, you know, somebody here who acts like the world is ending is what it feels like, right? Because they want to knock you off and knock you off from being grounded with this impatience card. And part of being grounded is being rooted in your spirituality, rooted in your intuition. By putting this rush of like, oh, you got to do this, or this is going to happen, or I need to do this, or you don't want that to happen to me, or you know what I mean? That type of energy. But in all actuality, this is somebody here who has a well thought out plan. We have prayer and completion. You might have called out this individual here who has been a bit abusive, a bit toxic, a bit binding, a bit impatient. This is somebody here who likes to have things their way, and they're always going to find a way to make sure that they get what they want. That's why we had that gossip and confusion, even if it means running their mouth to other people about you in order to get people to team up against you, to apply that pressure. Either way, somebody here is on the outskirts of this whole situation, piecing everything together, connecting all of the dots. You could have even been praying for a completion of this cycle, saying, Lord, universe, get this out of my energy. I'm done dealing with this. I'm done being treated as the villain. All right, because that can be weighing sometimes, and we're like, why are these people not believing me, but yet they're believing this person? How do they not see that this person is literally hiding something right behind their back? That's why a miracle is coming into place, because the dots are now finally being connected. This is leading to some kind of an ending here. And also, I feel like who is supporting you is you have support here from the other side. Your ancestors are definitely stepping in. They see what you have gone through. This could even be an individual who was trying to talk you out of what was yours. Your divine birthright, your calling. And sometimes that happens when they go to harvest your energy by trapping you in these types of connections. And this could be family, friend, lover, business. Because the devil is the one that has the lovers entrapped. Universe, tell us more. Tell us more, please. Wow, we have a courthouse, and we have coffin in the reverse. Somebody who was unwilling to let go of something. It's gotta have to do with them feeling like they're in despair. Like they're in a bind, like they're in a pickle. But I also feel like whatever bind or pickle this person is stuck in, this treacherous, tricky individual. Wow, we have wisdom. I feel like they're not owning up to something. They're only running away from some kind of problem here, and they're trying to find some kind of a quick fix. I feel like whatever this is their own doing. The courthouse is definitely involved. There could have been some kind of verdict here with this adjudication, or maybe somebody here has been trying to avoid some kind of adjudication or some kind of formal decision here from being made. I feel like it can't be stopped. We had that justice earlier. The dots have been connected. This man has the verdict and the ruling right in his hands. Somebody could have even gone to extremes when they were villainizing you. They could have even gone to some kind of an extreme here when they were gossiping you, when they were slandering you, when they were defaming you. All because somebody here refused to let something go. And this could even be something that you gave up fighting for a long time ago. But maybe this person just didn't like the fact that you made them look stupid because you were able to break free from them. You were the one that was able to break free from the devil's grasp. He can't have that. That hurts his ego. He can't look bad. Or she. Take it however it resonates. But either way, what you thought was done, it's not done. Some kind of miracle is coming back in to rebirth what was taken in the first place. Somebody here is extremely in despair. This 32 breaks down to a 5, and so does this 23. 5s are about change. Unexpected change. And it's due to the hands of the universe. Whoever this is, they did not see this coming. And somebody here really underestimated your power, your connections to the divine, to the spirit realm with your ancestors. Somebody here has been working in tandem with you. And somebody in the universe has been using whoever this investigator is, because I feel like there's definitely been some kind of investigator here. You know, the devil may have his own cronies that work for him, but the universe also has their own players as well. Not everything is what it seems. Somebody was trying to villainize you because of the wisdom that you carry. It's leading into some kind of despair. So they did something, right? I feel like they did something to try and take something from you or to make you give up on something completely. You did because you're like, you know what? I'd rather be the change than try to change this person who's obviously never going to change. They're toxic. Nobody else sees their, I want to say validity. I don't even know if that's a word, but them being very volatile, excuse me. Angry, aggressive, forceful, impatient. And you were like, you know what? Peace out. Have it. Keep it for yourself. But I feel like the damage has already been done here because you already hurt their ego. So what they did was they were trying to... They couldn't take the win. What they did was they were seeking revenge. They were seeking revenge even though what they were doing, they know what was wrong in the first place. Because this is somebody here, because the devil doesn't care about anybody else, only cares about themselves. Someone who's extremely selfish. Right? They're incapable of considering anybody else's feelings, because this person doesn't even have feelings of their own. Somebody here could even have some kind of substance abuse issue, or they definitely overindulge on things to have them escape their own reality. Either way, this passionate new start, this Ace of Wands, cannot be taken away from you. It's here to stay. Universe, tell us more, please. It's like somebody wanted to have the ultimate control over you. Somebody, even with that gossip, somebody could even gone as far as to even create fake profiles or connect with people that you know in order to have them look at you differently. Like, for example, like, say you were starting a new job, this person would get wind of it, so they would go to your new employer before it was your first day and just implant all of these false attributes about you in order for you to be treated differently. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Wands, and the Five of Wands reversed. Yeah, somebody here was extremely upset. Yeah. With the fact that you were independent, that you didn't need them. Somebody here was definitely trying to manipulate you to go back into some kind of connection, some kind of relationship, even if it meant by force. Maybe wanting you to make sure that you didn't have any other options, that you weren't able to stand alone, right? They were trying to take away one of your pentacles. They wanted you in a constant state of working, feeling like you weren't getting anywhere, right? Nine of Pentacles minus one, that's the Eight of Pentacles. They wanted you to feel like you were working for nothing. You were working towards nothing, that you were never going to see the benefit of what it is that you were doing. They wanted you to feel weighed down, to feel like you were encountering... And look at this dragon again. Look at this dragon again. So not only do they want to steal something from you that they obviously didn't even need themselves, because they had more than enough. Look at that acorn that he's hiding behind his back. He had more than enough. That's bigger than that whole basket. He already had... They already had more than enough. So what do they want to do? Create some kind of conflict here to make it seem like you were the problem because you wouldn't feed them. You can take that however it resonates. You wouldn't give them money. You wouldn't give them attention. You wouldn't give them whatever it is that they were asking for that they obviously did not need. Because I don't feel like you were in a position to even give it up. See, I feel like whatever somebody was asking for, you were like, all right, well, I don't have enough for myself either, because maybe you were still, you know, just because you're able to stand alone and be independent doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you have all the money in the world and have all of the resources. You have enough for yourself to take care of you. This is giving the energy of somebody here who wanted to be taken care of, who likes to have handouts, and this could be with every type of relationship that they hold. I'm sorry, once the devil, always the devil. So this is somebody who was extremely codependent. They didn't even honor the relationship they had with you in the first place. Again, family, friend, lover, business. They didn't even see with you eye to eye. They thought of you as less than. This has something to do with your wisdom, because we did have that wisdom pop out earlier. Because in this deck, this is the High Priestess being saved by the angel. Somebody here did not like the fact that you were maybe some sort of High Priestess, that you were divinely connected, that you were divinely guided, that you had a strong connection to Source. No, they didn't like that because you're the only one that's able to call them out. You're the only one that's able to see through them because of the gifts that the universe has provided to you, which is your discernment. That's why everything that they've done was with this impatience energy of rushing you, because they didn't want you to sit with what you've been told, so you can go inward and use your own intuition and discernment to make the best decision for you. I feel like something here even goes way deeper, especially with this courthouse. I'm even wondering if, like, however y'all were connected, like maybe somebody here with that gossip and that confusion, right, trying to create some kind of smear campaign to get you taken off an inheritance, or to make you feel like you were undeserving of receiving something. They were trying to trick you out of your spot, however that may be for each and every single one of you. Your situations are different, but the energy is the same. Somebody was trying to trick you out of your spot, taking more for themselves. Definitely somebody here who's not willing to share. It's definitely somebody who's extremely needy, codependent. Again, strong Capricorn energy here. Excuse me. Somebody here who's ungrounded. Somebody here who's not kind. They're not nurturing. They don't take care of the things that they do have. Very unappreciative. Causing some kind of rejection, heartbreak, betrayal. Literally stabbing you right in the heart. And using those that were closest to you. That's why somebody here is connecting all of the dots. That's why the truth is coming out. The scales are being balanced. Because with this Three of Swords, this is not just one person doing it alone. Somebody had help. Maybe that person was, I don't know, under some kind of a spell. Because that's what people in this type of energy do, and it doesn't need to be like a physical, like they did a spell. Maybe they actually did do black magic. That could be the case as well. But people will just put you under, you know, using their charm, using their persuasion is a form of a spell. Right? Tell a lie so many times to different people, and even then, that can permeate into reality and create conflicting realities. Somebody here definitely was able to get a lot of support. Yeah, see, they were trying to steal your crown here with the Seven of Wands. They were trying to storm your castle. And maybe they thought that because you weren't fighting back, that they actually won. Maybe you were guided not to fight back. Maybe the universe, Source, God told you, excuse me, don't worry. I see what has been going on. Leave it up to me. You continue to work on what I sent you to work. I see the blockages of people trying to stop you. So not only did they take from you at that moment, but then they were actively blocking you from successfully having some kind of independence, whether it was you moving on. They were literally stopping you even from moving on as well. This could even be somebody here who was trying to rope you back into some kind of situation so that way you would be codependent on them. Because somebody here really, really needs your focus to be on them. They need your perception to be on them being the savior. This could be somebody here with a God complex, narcissistic qualities, tendencies. Strong Gemini Virgo energy here. This is somebody here who is a master manipulator. Well, not a master because it's only the magician. So this is a novice manipulator. I think they encountered someone who is probably more wiser and stronger than they are. Because the High Priestess, I hate to say this, is a lot stronger than the Magician. Five of Swords reversed and the Ace of Wands. Somebody here was told to stop. By the Divine, maybe by somebody else on the outside, maybe by the court system. Maybe they were already told to stop what they were doing, to correct the record, to set everything straight. But they chose not to. They chose not to listen. They chose to go ahead and still do it. That's why the Ace of Wands is here twice. And he has the world right in his hand. So this is somebody here who knows that an ending is coming. And that's why this new beginning is taking shape. Seven of Cups in the reverse. The confusion is over. Somebody really wanted you to doubt your divinity, to doubt your connection with Source. They really wanted to rob you of your spirits, is really what it seems like. Because if they took your joy, if they made you feel like something was your fault, and that's what these people do, they'll attack you on multiple different fronts. So that way you're confronted with, what's wrong with me? Why isn't this working out? Why can't I find a lover? Why can't I have meaningful friends? Why is it that when I start a new job, I'm, faced with all of this hostility, right? Why is my business not taking off? Maybe because somebody here has been reporting it. Or defaming it. Or stopping potential clients from coming your way. We have the Page of Pentacles, so there is some kind of news that is coming in. It's definitely ushered in with some kind of abundance, some kind of prosperity. It leads to beautiful opportunities here. This is definitely something that you can hold on to, something you can take to the bank. This could be the return of what was taken. Justice in the reverse. This is the return of what was taken, of what was unjustly taken. Ten of Cups. In the reverse. All because somebody here wanted you... I don't know what their end game was. I don't know if it was, if I can't control them, then I'm going to make sure I apply the pressure in all directions of their life, so that way I don't have to deal with them anymore. Take that however it resonates. Like maybe they wanted you to feel so down on yourself that you would just, off yourself and say goodbye. But even then, that didn't happen. They wanted you alone. But you were never alone. You were with Source in the universe. You were with your own creator. And there's no love like the love from Source. It's the truest love, the truest form of love that you could ever feel in your life. At the end of the day, you know how I said that the devil has its own cronies? And the light side and God even has his own people working on his behalf? Sometimes God is so good that he will even use the enemy to get his will done. And this person, yeah, what happened to you was probably really unjust, God knew that he was going to return everything to you, plus some. But he allowed it to happen because it brought you closer to him. It brought you closer to Source. It brought you closer to your divinity. It essentially made you stronger. It made you remember who you are and the type of power that you carry. And that's why this miracle is taking place now. It wasn't for nothing. And this person's going to get exactly what they're supposed to get. Nine of Wands reversed. Creating all those fake roadblocks, trying to be some kind of false leader, even teaming up with corrupt organizations here, because the Hierophant can symbolize organizations as well. Teaming up with corrupt organizations here. People with skewed thinking, skewed moralities. See, this person thought that whatever they did in the past, maybe they thought that there's been enough time. Maybe they thought it was behind them. You know, some people will commit a crime, right? And then they'll wait like a year or two and be like, all right, I'm never going to get caught. You sure about that? But if you keep going up with that same energy of I'm never going to get caught, I haven't gotten caught yet, you're eventually going to get caught. God is watching you. You don't think God in the universe is going to set you up as well? Somebody fell for the trap. Wow. Temperance. That's alchemizing the energy. That's moving forward. After some kind of transformation. There is going to be some kind of transformation. Somebody here is definitely going to be left out in the cold. The roles are definitely going to be swapped here. Because they were able to outcast you with lies. Now this person's going to be outcasted with the truth. The truth of their own creation. They created this in the beginning. They created it when they made that choice. Universe, tell us more. Something's reversed. Hooked was reversed. And dirt digging. Somebody here was obsessively digging for dirt on you. Anything that they could use to go up against you. Anything and everything without getting any context. Universe. Tell us more. What's the tea? Your light irritates their demons. Now they're crying over you. Why? Because now you're moving in silence and they're receiving bad karma? They're crying over you because they're no longer connected to you. Because you broke free. So now they're crying like, oh, woe is me. But I actually really care about you, collective. Even though your light irritates my demons, my ego just got the best of me. I feel like somebody's only crying because they got caught. They're only crying because they got caught. They're only in despair because they got caught. Where were the feelings when Collective was down and out. You didn't care then. And this could even be somebody here who purposely put you in those positions to be down and out, to be outcasted, but then was playing the role of the savior. And this happened to me, and I'm going to say exactly what it was. When I had to move back in, right, during the pandemic, because my rent went sky high, and as a single individual, I'm like, I couldn't afford that. So I moved back in with my parents, who own like an apartment building, so I still had my own space. But I have a stepbrother, right? The key word is step. And he was doing like a little bit of work in the apartment, right, to update it for me, right? And overheard him on the phone. And I'm not saying anything bad about my stepbrother. Like, don't come for me. I'm not in the mood. But it's just the lies that people tell to make themselves look better. As he's on the phone with the work buddy, like, yeah, I took my brother in. It's like, no, you didn't. This is our parents' house. You didn't take me in, right? So people have that complex where they want to be seen as if they're better or that they're doing the right thing, when in all actuality it's just a lie in the first place. But yeah, I don't get along with my stepbrother because of that. I can't handle fake. I can't handle it. I refuse to. Somebody here is a happiness hater. But it could be something like that, right? They act like they're your savior, right? They create this narrative that they're saving you, when in all actuality, they had nothing to do with it in the first place. They're just using it as an ego boost. But that's how some people create their life. And then they wonder why they don't have anything good happen to them. Well, because you're not leading with truth and authenticity. Universe, tell us more. Somebody here is now going bankrupt. They're going bankrupt. Their bills are past due. Their cars could be being repossessed. Whatever relationships they're still connected to, they're running dry. And they probably don't have anything left to give to this person to help them. Because you know this person be asking for a handout. With that trickery. They're crying over you because now they're going bankrupt. Because now they have to pay up. Now they have to pay up. And so they're looking for dirt on you because they want to flip the script again. They want to force something on you. They want to force their way in. They want to get what they want. Using scarcity tactics and fake flexing. All so they can continue to steal and trick and take from you. To rob you, to create some kind of loss, physical or emotional. Using scarcity tactics. Right? And when they do that by using emotions, well, if you cared about me, you know, don't be afraid to flip that right back on them, right? Be like, well, if you cared about me, you know that I'm struggling, so why would you ask me for help knowing that I don't even have enough for myself? Use that right back on them. If you cared for me, why don't you take into consideration what I'm going through? Because these people who are in this energy are incapable of thinking of anybody else but themselves. They don't care. Even though they may act like it to everybody else. They simply don't care. They never will. But they count on the fact that they can use that tie, right? That soul tie, whatever it may be, whatever title it may be, whether it's best friend or, you know, family member or lover, whatever the title, whatever earthly title they think that they possess, that's what they'll use. All trying to keep up with their fake lifestyle, their inauthentic one, the one where they act rich, flosses money, likes to show off, acts all fancy, right? Universe, tell us more, please. Somebody is extremely promiscuous. They could have even been running their mouth saying that you were promiscuous, that you were asleep around, that you were, I don't know, maybe they were saying that you were selling your body. That could be the case. That could be part of the defamation that they were saying. But in all actuality, this person was promiscuous. You could have even, this person, for example, like say this is a family member or a friend, right? Or an ex-friend or something like that. Or like a friend's spouse, even. Like maybe you were trying to open up your friend or your family member's eyes and be like, yo, like, you do know your person's cheating on you, right? Or something like that, because you're a high priestess here. Something that I've come to learn along my journey is that just because we have the knowledge and just because we share the knowledge doesn't mean that everybody is in the right frequency to accept that knowledge. Okay? Unfortunately, that's a part of the ascension process, is realizing that you can't save everybody if they don't want to save themselves. And sometimes you're going to get enemies out of it. Just be prepared for that. But in all actuality, this person is leading a whole secret life behind the scenes, trying to fulfill some kind of a fantasy here. It's time for you to enjoy the gossip, because I feel like the person who's connecting the dots is about getting ready to reveal the evidence that has been collected. And like I said, the roles are about to be reversed off of shared truth. And look, and there's nothing wrong with being promiscuous. If that's what you want to do, own it. That's your power. And don't ever feel ashamed of being yourself. But don't lie. Don't lie. Don't try to cover it up. Own it. That's true power. This is somebody here who acts and claims like they hate nothing about you, but the actuality, they can't stand you. All they want to do is betray you, backstab you. This is somebody here who's unworthy of trust. Universe, tell us more. It's time for you to watch shit go down for this happiness hater. It's time to watch shit go down with this happiness hater. The movie's about to start. Be very, very cautious here when you're fighting for what you love, because somebody here could be sending fake friends your way, or there could be enemies in the camp here. It's given the energy. People have already chosen sides. Let them. And let them go down with the sinking ship. Remember, you were giving out the lifesavers ahead of time. It's not your fault they didn't catch them. Somebody could even be getting a room. Wow, that could even be part of the dots that have been connected. Maybe somebody here has been getting a room to do their promiscuous acts. Somebody here has definitely been following somebody, gathering that information and that truth. Somebody here is tired of the drama. There is some kind of depression here. There is some kind of copycat. And there's the investigation. This could be whoever's been doing the investigating here is the one that's tired of the drama. Right, maybe this is somebody who has been tired of hearing that it's all your fault, and they're like, you know what? Collective, at this point, they're like, at this point, Collective is getting away with murder. I need to find out how they're still able to get away with this. And that's where you probably got an unlikely ally by your side. And they're the one that connected the dots, seeing the truth of the whole evidence, how somebody here was just trying to mimic and copy your energy, wanting to be seen as the righteous one. And now this person is falling into depression here because maybe now they're being blackmailed by whoever's doing the investigating. And maybe they were like, you know what, you need to fix this situation or I am going to run to the authorities. It's like somebody gave them a taste of their own medicine and then probably still ran to the authorities because that courthouse is here, that adjudication is here. And somebody had the facts and the evidence to show it. Somebody here has definitely been doing secret dealings, having secret meetings in however which way, behind the scenes here. Somebody here is extremely toxic. Somebody here has been trying to burn evidence of the fact that they broke a contract, all because they were so focused on this. They've been caught. Maybe they were caught at a sex shop, or I don't know, or they were caught doing something that they claim that you did. This is definitely somebody here who acts holier than thou type of energy, but yet they were caught being the hoe. They were caught being the devil. Because that's what they do. It's always the ones with the loudest mouths that talk the most about how righteous they are and da-da-da-da, all of this, trying to keep up with some kind of appearance. They're the ones that ultimately have the most to hide. They're the ones that are trying to prove something. Tired of the drama. In a private relationship, the game is over. This person could even have multiple private relationships. This person definitely does not work alone. They work with a lot of people behind the scenes. This person could even smell funny. I don't know, I just heard mothballs or... I don't know. Somebody needs a shower. Somebody here could even be doing drugs. Doing drugs, being promiscuous, fulfilling a fantasy, getting a hotel room. There's definitely some kind of red lipstick stains. They're trying to burn the evidence of what they've done. I think it's already been collected by somebody else, so even if you do burn it, there's a copy out there somewhere. Somebody here all they know how to do is put on a show. All they know how to do is put on an act. This person deserves to win an Emmy or a Grammy at this point. The situation is definitely getting ready to explode. Things are about to pop off in flames. Universe, tell us more. Somebody could even been claiming that you were promiscuous and maybe that you even had like an STD or something, or and that you were undisclosing it and giving it to other people. Like somebody was really trying to claim that you were everything that they are. We have body shaming. Somebody could even been trying to body shame you, make you feel worthless, make you feel ugly. Somebody is just salty because they feel wronged. They're bitter, overdramatic, and jealous. We have my boo in that came out in the reverse. Exclusive relationship. Seeing each other openly. No, they're not. Somebody here wanted to even... So, they did all of this behind your back to cause all of this pressure on you, and again, still acting like they were your savior to your face. Like they were here to help you. Somebody's going to be put on blast. Their personal info is about to be outed. They're going to be called out. They're ready for public humiliation. They now need to stand in the same trial, in the same crucifixion that they had laid out for you. Something here has been a long road with these people creating all of these delays. We have chemistry and viral. Maybe they didn't want you to have some kind of viral fame. Maybe you do something online. Maybe your business or your work involves being online somehow. I don't know, maybe you own a hairdresser shop and it has to do with your Yelp reviews, or I don't know, the videos that you post in order to gain, some kind of attention here, or whatever you do. Whoever I'm speaking to, I definitely feel like you work with the public in some kind of capacity. They definitely wanted you to take the long way. They wanted you to feel like you were the problem, like there was something wrong with you. There is some kind of light bulb moment here. Some kind of sudden realization. Some kind of awareness here. There's that body shaming. There's that frenemy. There's the cock blocking, and there's the high road. You took the high road. You're unbothered by it. I feel like all this ended up doing was just making your skin tougher, making you stronger. Somebody here could have even been trying to stop you from having opportunities. Somebody could have even been trying to send somebody your way. That was part of their sex cult. I'm gonna say it. There's a whole sex cult here for some of y'all. We did have a corrupt organization. Wanting you to feel like you were worthless, like you were ugly, that you couldn't get anybody. Maybe they were only sending people your way who only wanted that. People who lack substance. The good kind. You've definitely been dealing with frenemies. You took the high road. I feel like you've known that these people were your enemy. And you just smile and you're like, I'll play dumb. Either way, you've graduated. You've leveled up. You've learned the lesson. You've acquired the wisdom here. It made you a stronger, wiser individual. And that's what you needed for this next chapter. The chapter that they never wanted you to step into, but yet ultimately helped guide you to. That's really what this feels like. They ultimately helped guide you to where you needed to be. Unbeknownst to them. I guess they were the stupid ones all along. The last straw is here. Limitations. Breaking point. Yeah. The breaking point has been met. Somebody is being defaulted on payments, financially incapable, repossessed assets. Now they're being rejected. The trash is being taken out. This person could even be being kicked to the curb by the rest of the group, by the rest of the organization, or by the rest of the family, by the rest of the friends group, by the rest of whoever. Either way, the throne that they tried to knock off of, why am I keep saying knock off? Somebody was trying to be a knockoff version of you. Very interesting. And I just got knocked up. Somebody could have even gotten somebody else knocked up behind the scenes. Maybe that's the evidence they're trying to burn. Well, they were too busy in a sex cult. This person probably has multiple baby mamas and baby daddies. There is an important person here playing an essential role, somebody here who is irreplaceable. And that could be you, sitting on whatever throne that you're meant to sit on, that they were trying to steal from you. All they were able to do was build a replica. They were able to build a knockoff. But sometimes knockoffs are not made with the same quality. So they don't last as long as the original. Although I don't think anything nowadays is made like how it used to be, but that's a whole different conversation. Some of you could have warned people, like, the path that you're going down, if you keep going the way that you keep going, this is what's going to happen to you, right? You could have the gift of revelation, right? And that could really intimidate people because they think that you're speaking over their life, but in all actuality, you're just connecting the dots. Actually, universe, tell us more. Tell us more, please. Excuse me. Something is flipped over. Step family or adopted family? This could be your step family or adopted family or family that's removed from you. Maybe family that you weren't even that very close to in the first place. Or chosen family. We have father. Somebody's father here could be involved. A stepdad even. Or, I don't know. Or this person could be a father, or they could be a parent of sorts. Somebody are definitely trying to curse you, hex you, use the evil eye, voodoo, hoodoo, negative projection, psychological warfare. Wow. Somebody are definitely caught a case, breaking laws, legal issues, constant sob stories. They're never the problem. Public humiliation. This person's going to be publicly humiliated for all of this evil nonsense that they thought was going to stick with you. They obviously did not know your level of protection. And they probably do not understand your spirituality. Your spirituality can be very eclectic like mine. Like, just because I talk about Jesus don't mean that I also don't have a statue of Hecate. Or, you know, in my home, because I do. Somebody here is going to be sentenced. They're going to have to do some kind of a time here because of whatever false reports they were sending out, or they were trying to file, trying to get you caught up in something that wasn't even real. That's what happens when you complain so many times, right? That's part of investigators' training. Right? You don't think they hear stop stories all the time? Of course they do. You don't think they're going to look further? Especially when somebody keeps making report after report after report after report. You know, it comes to a point where if somebody here keeps constantly having problems with everybody else, usually the common denominator is them. Just keeping it real. But people don't like real nowadays. Look deeper. Some kind of information here is being withheld. Somebody has been holding back the truth. Maybe it's been somebody in your stepfamily. Maybe a father has been holding back some kind of information. Somebody here could have even tried to use your own father against you to try and block you from receiving something with those false reports. Trying to block opportunities here because they don't like what you're doing because they can't. Whatever you're doing, you're able to stand on your own, and this person probably needs a handout from everybody else, so they don't like making them look bad. They probably don't like being compared to you. Something here has been caught on camera, either photo or video evidence. Somebody here could be hiding an underlying mental illness, or leaving something untreated, or even abusing prescription medications here. Somebody is very elusive, dishonest, deception, trickery. They could be a cheater. Maybe they cheat on tests. They cheat on partners. They cheat on relationships. And those could be family, friends, love, or business. And there's a lot of people here who have been complacent, not speaking up. Oh, I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get involved. No. You're just letting the fear, because they're also bound by fear to that person, and I'm sorry. Not speaking up, being complacent, is being complicit. Sorry. If you see or know that something here is going on that shouldn't be, and you don't speak up, you're just as guilty. Illusions, delusions, cloudy judgment, la la land. Somebody here is a repeat offender. They do this all the time. They do this in every relationship. This is somebody here who cannot hold a job. Is probably running through friends. They can't move on. This is somebody here who lives in the past. I don't know. Maybe they have some obviously they have some kind of underlying mental health illness here that they're unwilling to confront. I don't know, maybe it came from childhood due to some kind of childhood trauma. Or maybe this is somebody here who has developed a mental illness because the guilt is eating them up alive so much that, you know, it manifested a mental illness. Again, because they're refusing to deal with the reality. We have fake flexing, only cares about appearances, lives beyond their means. It came out twice. Excessive, overindulgent, no moderation, lacks discipline. This could even be somebody in your own family who's been trying to claim daddy issues or trying to claim that daddy wasn't there for them when they were younger. Type of energy, but I mean, like, I hate to say this, but get over it. How old are you now? I feel like we're dealing with a grown-ass adult here who literally cannot move on from the past. Complacency, not speaking up. Somebody could have definitely altered documents, forged some kind of signatures. This person's a hothead who needs anger management. They have temper tantrums. Acts like a toddler. Very excessive, overindulgent. Lacks discipline. This is somebody who's obsessed and bothered. They're obsessed and bothered. And they're entitled. They don't understand no because they're a hothead and they're excessive here. Wow. They're going to be sentenced. It's like the jail they were creating for you is the one that they're going to have to sit in now. Universe. What doors are available to the collective at this time? The door of sovereignty. That's what it is. Your loyalty lies with you. Somebody was trying to cage you. They wanted to keep you caged. They didn't want anybody else to hear your song. Something about canaries. You guys could resonate with the canary. We have self-determination, liberty, freedom, free will, and release. You're being released from the cage that they try to confine you in. They built this cage for you not knowing that it was going to be serving them for their sentence. Somebody cannot... They were trying to claim ownership over you. They wanted dominion over you. It's like they wanted you to serve them. Like, in their eyes, they felt like you were beneath them. Universe, tell us more for the collective. Yeah, they wanted to control you. Somebody has definitely been wearing some kind of a mask, hiding their feelings, being very silent. We have an external party. What does it say? Karmic patterns, friends, family, work, other people, obligations. Making you feel like you're less important. We have stability, flow, trying to balance, juggling, uncertainty, stressful choices, chaos. This is somebody who creates... It's controlled chaos it's controlled chaos. Trying to mess up the flow to make sure that the flow is redirected toward them. It's like somebody was trying to build their own dam of your flow. I just heard a high-pitched, like, whistle. trying to use fear and illusions here to limit you, to create anxiety. They never thought that this would push you out of your comfort zone. They wanted you to overthink, negative outlook. They were really projecting how they really felt about themselves onto you. But what happens when you gain your sovereignty back, when you gain your freedom back, and you start realizing that the things that you were dealing with were never yours to deal with in the first place? So that, in a way, is you giving it back to them, where it came from. Something here is going to go down in the summer. Activity, goals, progress, life force energy, new patterns. Summer, timing card. Past suffering. Past is afflicting somebody's present. Lack, betrayal, victimhood. Somebody here needs to let the past go. You're one, keys on a ring, one night stand. Somebody was trying to keep you as multiple options here, but your higher self has been activated now. You've integrated it with yourself. You've had the awakening. Your timeline is getting ready to shift. Something here about the summer solstice could mean something to you. Maybe that's when this new timeline is going to fully emerge. Somebody never thought that you would be able to do it. And it's interesting because they used a whole group, they used a whole organization, they used all of these people to go up against you. Little old you. Watching, spying on you, gathering info, highly envious, trying to figure you out. They can never figure you out. They thought they did, though, when they put this plan into motion, but that's because they never really even knew you in the first place. And that's the problem with these people. They don't have any depth. So how could they look for it in others? They were just going off assumptions. You're attracting beautiful, positive things here right now. You could even be drawn to your rightful soulmate. For some of you that have been separated from a divine partnership because of this fuckery. We have masculine energy here. And temptation. Be very careful. Everything is happening as it should here right now. Karma's about to take effect. A new cycle is about getting ready to emerge. Divine intervention and divine detours. I don't think you're going through a detour. I think you're being set free, and somebody here is being put to a divine detour. They're being put under a master class here when it comes to karma. You are now free. You're free to do whatever the hell you want. All these people know it. Hell, they probably have been going to court or having to answer to someone, answer to an investigator behind the scenes, and they're trying to keep their cool. Universe, please give us an affirmation for whoever this reading is for, please, or for the collective. Excuse me. Please give us an affirmation. Peacefulness and love. I have a peaceful, tranquil, untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it and I can get my security deposit back. My heart is a special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it and I can get my security deposit back. It's all about inner peace. This person or people were not able to rob you of your inner peace. Love is a many-splendored thing. Today I will notice and appreciate at least 3 of those splendors, like the fact that puppies make me feel like a parent, or the surge of self-congratulation I feel when I sink a 3-point trash basket shot on the first try, or how about the chills I get when singing along to your favorite song. You know, that one. Not gonna lie to everybody, my favorite song, a song that gets me going every day, my alarm clock song, is Work Bitch from Britney Spears. That's why I get my day going. You better work, bitch. I don't know why, it brings me joy. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. It's a killer beat, too. Sorry. It is. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. Please give us a final message for the collective. Thank you. We got 2 of them. Inner knowing and decision. Number 17 and 31. The 17 breaks down to an 8, and this 31 breaks down to a 4. 8s are about what goes around comes back around, and 4s are about stability. You have a place inside you that holds your most significant answers. Within each of us lies our intuitive knowing. Motivation and ideas are present yet untapped in this space within us. The spark of the divine waits patiently for us to tune in and retrieve our guidance. This is a time of soul searching. You are in a phase of introspection where you are drawing your attention and focus inward and looking for guidance within. You have a strong need to understand not just at the surface level, but also to really know why things are unfolding in the manner that they are. You now have access to the inner knowing that the truth and acceptance you seek is within you. This is a perfect time to take a step back from your day-to-day life and deeply contemplate your motivations, personal principles, and values. Seek the truth, work with Ganesha, and see that through meditation, consideration, and self-assessment, the opportunity to evaluate your direction and personal goals awaits you. Your priorities may shift as you develop a deeper perspective. Take this opportunity for some much-needed alone time. We have 31. Decisions. You might be encountering some kind of important decision right now, and that's why you're being asked to take some kind of alone time. Consider all of your options to make an informed choice. What exactly do you want in this situation? Are you satisfied with the way things are moving in your life? Ganesha is guiding you to know that your desires are within your sights. Odds are in your favor. The decision that is before you is either sticking with what you know or breaking out and trying something new. This is a time for veering out into a new adventure or making a decision that deviates from your typical trend or habit. Ganesha will gift you with a greater understanding of who you are and what you are capable of creating. Zero in on a goal. Take the step to make the selection. You have worked hard and really evolved through your life lessons. Get ready for a change. Motivate yourself by taking time to rejuvenate. Treat yourself to simple things that bring you joy. Discover new activities that take you away from routine. As you move through your day-to-day schedule in new ways, you create new thoughts. When Ganesha is holding the mace called Gada, he is challenging you to be more decisive. Once you start being more strong-minded, you will create the opportunity to reflect on your longer-term goals and desires. You'll then be in a better position to plan ahead and ensure you achieve those goals. You benefit now from a newfound sense of confidence and are ready for a major change. You might consider travel to exotic places, further education, or a major career change at this point. This will expand your learning and development and grow your horizons beyond your immediate environment. With careful planning and a moderated approach, you will set yourself up for success now and moving towards the future. Trust your inner knowing, especially when it comes to making decisions, because apparently everyone feels threatened by it, so it's obviously working. Use it. That is what I have for y'all tonight. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.